Alright, welcome back folks, Roth here. Sorry for the late start. Had a pretty long day tonight. Um, but now it's just like about 11 p.m. nighttime. Finally getting around to starting things up. I think tonight we're gonna be finishing up some Earth. Thought to do some Earths for Wednesday night. Well, at least get something in, you know? I don't want to go a day without streaming, you know? Alright, so we got Adobe Flash open. Let's see if I'm forgetting anything. We got the mouse indicators intact. There's a black bar at the bottom that would be the, where the start or Windows taskbar would be. So if I were to show the entire monitor screen or desktop for that screen, that would be my desktop. And it doesn't seem to appear because I have the application in view on top of the desktop layer. So otherwise, it would look like this. But I think when I capture the Adobe Flash, it doesn't capture all the windows. So maybe it is a good thing to have the monitor capture so that we can see everything. So St. Jude's is still running, even though it's already been funded. Thanks to folks who donated. Here is the command for it. St. Jude's in the chat, and there is the link to the Tiltify campaign. Is called Dreamers for St. Jude's Play Live 2023. And yeah, we reached our goal of $100. I thought I'd start with a base number, and yeah, we reached it in just a few days while playing Mario Party. We did Mario Party for the past week, and starting from the very first Mario Party on the N64 all the way up to the Wii and DS. We did DS last night. Pretty short session. I feel like tonight will also be a pretty short session as well. But I kind of want to prepare myself for the new Zelda game that is arriving on Friday. And here is the starting screen that I've crafted. And still in the works. So here's what I've got so far. And this is pretty much the same layout that I had for the what's it called again? Ni no Kuni? Yeah, Ni no Kuni, and yeah, same layout. It's got the Ghibli style clouds and flowers, and I'm pretty much just using that as a base design while I alter some things. And I'm gonna be calling it questing. So this will probably be used for not only Zelda games but also like RPG games or maybe adventure games, whichever I feel it would fit within the realm of the genre of the games. So this is the program that I use to create my my vector art and animations. So let me see if we can get a smaller view of the timeline. So if any folks that are not familiar with this, I can probably give a little tour of Adobe Flash. I've been using this program since, I want to say, 2002, 2003, into 2003, I want to say. Back in high school, when I was in high school. And yeah, we've crafted a few Flash animations throughout the years. And I've been using this to create my start screens for stream. I think what year when I started to using this and exporting it to start screens, but I've done quite a few. There's one for like Mario Kart, Mario Party, and Animal Crossing. I think it was Animal Crossing that might have been one of the first ones. So that was like 2020, I want to say, yeah, or roughly around then. And so I'll press the play button. So this will be the timeline. This is the layout for Adobe Flash. There's also a motion editor on the other side. I don't really use this this window all that much. I keep the timeline in view pretty much all the time. Tools are on the side here. You got your cursors and transforming tool and pen and brush tools and stuff. Paint bucket, eyedropper. There's a magnifying glass for to zoom in. And then there's the fill color, stroke color, colors. You know, there's the 2 different colors. And then you have black and white, swap the colors, snap to objects, and so on. I like to use the smoothing tool a lot. This is when you select the brush. And yeah, there's quite a few options. On the right side, there would be, you know, different other options to go in more detail. Filters as well, to add blur and shadows, whatnot. Pretty simple. This is like an old version of Adobe Flash. But yeah, I've been using Flash, I want to say, so since like 2002, like either 2001, 2002, it was owned by Macromedia. Yeah, those were the early days, Macromedia. Until roughly around that time, I think Adobe bought them and then named it to Adobe Flash MX. Forgot what the MX stood for. Could have been Macromedia, and then the X would be variable, you know. But that's what I would assume. Now thinking back at it. So so far I've got, what is this? 240 frames, and I set it to 60 frames per second. And I'll press play and see what we got. We got the little fairy there. I drew and animated the fairy myself, so that's gonna be you know, that's gonna be in there. Notice the effect. I made sure that it flows the right way that I want it. The flowers are like they're sort of swaying a bit. I want to make that way. Clouds, they sort of sift through the left and right horizontally. So I try to keep it simple, just like the original layout that I had for this for the Dreaming Soon start screen. But yeah, I wanted to base it on that because I feel like it's just probably the closest to that I want to, you know, sort of make a variant of. It's been a few days working out the quest text, but let's zoom in here and take another look here, closer look at it. And I'll probably add so with the way I do my start screens, I try to theme it to whatever the genre is, or yeah, whatever the genre is. And if it's like a major franchise like Monster Hunter, that's another one that I tend to use a lot of. So for all the Monster Hunters start screens, it will be the hunting, and I would update or do a variant of it for each iteration, or at least for you know, for a new generation, old generation Monster Hunter. And I think for the Animal Crossing one, it was just a simple balloon with a present, like a present balloon that would float up in the air, and like wind sounds, which I use my actual voice to create the wind sounds. And yeah, that was like probably the most simple. And I think I animated that one in Krita. Krita is a free editing program. It also has an animation, like a very simplified animation tool. So I used that for the first time to animate that the Animal Crossing start screens, because I don't think I had any programs installed, because I had Windows 10 or something like that. It was like a new installation of Windows, and I didn't have all my past programs installed. So I wanted to try out Krita for the first time, and I even tweeted out, and then it turns out the official Krita Twitter had retweeted it, so that was quite nice. That was back in like 2020. But my normal animating program would be Adobe Flash. Slightly have the flower swaying in the same motion as I had for the Dreamin' one, the Dreamin' Soon layout. Except I went in and redrew the flowers to make it look more like the Zelda flowers, or I think they call them the Silent Princess flowers in Breath of the Wild. And I think tonight I'll further adjust this one here. This is how the the flowers originally look like in the Dreaming Soon start screen. So I'll probably go into this flower and further redraw to change it to a different flower. So it's gonna be like more like this one on the left there. And I want to make sure that there's 3 flowers and not 4 of them, because there's a thing about the Zelda series, or if anyone has played A Link to the Past, there's a scene where Link pulls out the Master Sword in that game, and I think it occurs within the Lost Forest, or the Lost Woods, I mean. And yeah, it's been like decades, I want to say, maybe 15 years or so, roughly around 15 years since I last played A Link to the Past, which is the Super Nintendo game. That's one of my first Zelda games. Fell in love with it, fell in love with the series, and pretty much like Nintendo in general. And yeah, that was my first, like one of the first Zelda games that I dove into. And prior to that, it's been like fighting games and you know, Mario and stuff. But yeah, this is like way back in like the mid 90s, I want to say, early to mid 90s, before the N64 was a thing, or before the Ultra 64, you know, was you know, the advent of the Ultra 64. But yeah, and I always say like by the time that we were gearing up for the next Nintendo system, and namely the Ultra 64, which we would read and see a lot of in the game magazines back then, Electronic Gaming Monthly, GamePro, you know, even Nintendo Power. I think Nintendo Power had some coverage on it. And yeah, we were looking forward to the next evolution of video games, because video games were stepping into like the 3D space, going from like 2D sprites to like 3D models, and that was an exciting time, really exciting time. But yeah, seeing Zelda for the first time in 3D was just exciting. After knowing how the 2D Zeldas were like back then, you know, A Link to the Past. After A Link to the Past, that was such a classic, and I played it so many times. And also Link's Awakening. And yeah, those 2 Zelda games, like, top tier. I guess the original one was you know, was considered, or still is considered, one of the best as well, like idea wise. But yeah, that's the one that started it all. All right, let me see. I'll play this again. That's what we got so far. I love looking at the ferry coming out there. And then, of course, there's gonna be traffic once I go live. Always is, right? Always is the case. So making sure that the ferry is pretty much done already. I spent like a good day and a half on the ferry, and making sure that the little flurries that come out, the fairy dust, flows in the right direction and whatnot. It used to go like ziggy-zaggy, like wildly, but I think I animated it just fine. Take a closer look here. Let's zoom in on that. You can see a little bit of the fairy dust just like flowing away. Let's play it again. It's just hiding behind that T. A little bit slow motion. Decided to go with like a pink fairy, because I don't think we have like a pink fairy, like a neon pink or whatever, magenta colored fairy. Unless I might be mistaken. Know that a red fairy would indicate that it's angry. Because there's been like blue fairies, there's been yellow fairies, there's been a white, and I want to say a black fairy, I'm not sure. Because Tattletale would be ones that were in Majora's Mask, I want to say. Either, yeah, Majora's Mask, or I'm thinking of the other ones around that era. Tattle and Tail. were the ones in Majora's Mask, I want to say. Trying to think of the ones that were in the Wind Waker. And there's been like purple fairies, there's been a variety of colors. There's been Sprite. Sprite was the one that would appear in the Legend of Zelda cartoon, which aired in the early 90s. Got that on DVD. But that fairy looked a lot different from how the fairies appear in the games. So for the Soon section here, I have the rupees. It's just a regular green rupee. I was thinking to maybe go with like either the yellow rupee, which are pretty uncommon in the games. They don't appear too often in the games. For the yellow rupee, there's the gold rupees though. There's a gold, silver rupee. I don't know if there was a platinum rupee, but silver rupees for sure. Which sometimes would be worth a lot. But there's a gold rupee for sure. I think that's probably the closest thing to a yellow rupee. But commonly there will be the green rupees, blue, and then red will be the ones that you come across. And then the gold one and silver one once in a while. So yeah. I recently designed the rupees from scratch. I made sure to have the borders the same color as how I drew the leaves and the flowers. I'll also have to go in and edit the this part here, this banner part, or the social banner. I made sure to include the kick icon this time, because whichever the previous version of the Dreaming Soon start screen, as you saw at the beginning of this dream session, did not have the kick. I didn't update it to have the kick. So the process of this is to, how I do it, is that once I get everything drawn, sometimes I draw as we go and then just animate it as we go. Then once everything is done, or at least close to done, you know, continuous saves and close and reopens, I would export it. Hopefully this menu is showing up on stream. I would export it as a movie, yeah, or sometimes if it's like a simple animation that I want to export as like a GIF, animated GIF or something, I would either publish preview it or publish, and then go into the settings and making sure the settings for the animated GIF is how it's supposed to be, so that it would export properly. But for the animations, I would export it as a movie, and then there will be more options. Let's see if it pops up or not. Oh yeah, I gotta save to a certain area, and then it will show me the settings. But that was an example. It will open a window, and then that's the spot that I would save it at. And then it would further asks to what format I want to choose it to export as, and so on. And then I would bring that file over to convert into a MP4, because I think like from this program it exports to like an AVI, an uncompressed, I think. But there will be other options where you can compress the video to like a different format, so that's easier to edit in other programs, like I want to say Vegas. Sony Vegas would be the program that I use to edit my videos, and then from there I can add the music and stuff, and then that's how the the animated start screens are made, pretty much, or at least the tools that I use to make them. All right, let's pick a frame where it's editable. Then I gotta find the right flower. There's like some hidden flowers. Let me see which one I hid. I think there's one in between these two. So I think initially the Dreaming Soon one would have 5 total, I think. Yeah, there you go. There's the missing flower. So I'm gonna disable that. Oh, not that one. Flower number 2, that would be it. 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5 at the end, right side. So that's number 5? It's weird. Where did I have it there? feel like I could adjust this layer, maybe. Hopefully it doesn't overlap anything. Apparently that's number 4. Maybe I can just rename them then. So this one would be 5. Other one would be 4. And then I separated the grass as well. There you go. I added some more grass. There's more blades of grass in there, just to give it more variation and whatnot. And the grass would also sway along with the flowers, at least some of it. Some not so much as others, but that is because you want to give it that sort of natural look to it. Oh my gosh, there's a much okay. So there's more swaying on this side than and then on this side. As you can see, like some of the subtleness of the left side is more apparent than this side. Okay, yeah, there's more swaying in here, even though it's not that much swaying, but like there's definitely some swaying there. And I kind of want to keep it that way, but there's some that I want to have it so that's not all at once, So having some of the blades sway certain times, I think it's a neat idea. So let me see if we can go back in and figure out which grass I wanna do. This one would be on the left side, I want to say. Okay. Maybe this one glass or grass here. Adding that to layer 3, I think. I think now the other ones are the darker ones. Okay, so this little one here is combined to that one. I see. I don't know if I want to add any more though back there. We'll see. I could try to separate them, but I think we're good. I'll worry about the grass another time. I think for now I'm gonna maybe try to work on this flower here. So let's go into this flower and just double click. That's what we have on this flower. So we're gonna redraw this one to make it look more like the Zelda ones. Oh, there's a little message from St. Jude. I noticed that those are like automatic. They would auto comment every half hour. I want to keep them to like every hour or something, but not sure if it's adjustable. If there was an easier way to adjust those, that'd be nice. Let me see. I do have some images. For Breath of the Wild, so you can find the ones with the flower. Oh, there's that window again. Oh yeah, let me see if I can move that the current track thing. Let's move this over to the far right, just above the avatar. Can I expand this? Okay, so I can't expand it. Sweet. I want to make it too big though. It's at a totally different resolution that I wanted it at, but it's fine. It's actually capturing the Winamp. So if I bring Winamp in here, actually this makes sense to have it in this corner because like it's not blocking anything. So yeah, there's my track list of all the covers that I made for videos, unboxing videos, and whatnot. So I currently play that. So, yeah, there's my track list of all the covers that I made for videos, unboxing videos, and whatnot. So I currently play that. So, yeah, there's my track list of all the covers that I made for videos, unboxing videos, and whatnot. So I currently play that. Currently getting things prepared here a little bit. I feel like I should put on the Streamiversary banner on, because I don't think I have it set for this with this source. There's the 15th Streamiversary. Even that banner right there, I had animated myself on that. I'm trying to resize it to the correct size. I'm using like a small OBS preview window. Let's try and remember which resolution I set it at. I think that seems about right, or close enough. Although I feel like the Winamp current track thing is a little too big. Let's make it a little smaller. Although, you know, having Winamp in view is also another good idea. Cool thing about Winamp though is there is a button that I can just click to double size it. Right there, that is pretty huge. I used to have it on this, like in this sort of view for a long time, but that was a long time ago. But yeah, just to show, there's also an always on top toggle button. But let's put it in the corner. Just leave it in the corner for now. All right. Hopefully everything is fine, and we shall further draw this flower. All right. So I kind of want to make this. I don't know if I want to make it bend, and I kind of also want to add the little bud that appears in some of the images of the Silent Princess flower. So I got the right color here. 595959 is the color hex, or whatchamacallit. Just gonna carefully remove this little bud. Oh, I didn't catch all of it. It's a little outline. So there's little mouse indicators on the side. You might spot it when I'm clicking. So it shows it right there. I think it should. So left and right clicks would be indicated. They would start to blink each time I would press. So we're doing all this with the mouse, as I tend to do with most art streams, or at least all the art streams. Might want to zoom out so I can have a look at what the size of this should be. Okay, looking at this flower here, this is about the same size I kind of want it at. So as long as it's facing our way and not the other way, I think that should be fine. Although now looking back at this flower here, it's facing the other way, while this one is facing us. I'm not sure if I want to swap it to our side, or maybe have it facing that way, like towards the east. But I think we'll be fine. I don't know. Now thinking back at it, I feel like most flowers would face a single direction, or at least for the most part. Like, if you look at a flower fields, like a field of flowers, they would face like upward and not so much in like a direction. Like, I'm thinking of like sunflowers in a way. where each of sunflowers, if you look at a field of sunflowers, they would face like one direction, rather than like, you know, each one would be a different direction, depending, I think. But yeah, in a field, they would, you know, each faces a certain direction. At least, you know, in hindsight, I think that's how naturally they would be. And this is the kind of stuff that you would want to think as you're drawing these things. Like, how would, you know, thinking about nature and how nature is. And the same thing with like doing body or character art, knowing, you know, what muscles would look like at a certain way when flexed a certain way and stuff like that. It's pretty important. Like figure drawing. Alright, let's get these petals in. It's kind of like a starfish in a way. Alright, might have to resize and because I want to also have room for the little bud. Yeah, I feel like I want to make this one probably the right side would be the one that faces us the most, I think. So I think this top petal here should be like a little longer, possibly. Ooh. I'm kind of reminded of Maggie Simpson in her star suit. Bum, 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 bum. I like how sometimes drawing in using the pencil in this program gives off this sort of wiggliness, like imperfection. You know, it's not always smooth and stuff, which is quite nice. It seems natural that way. You look at the leaves, and then when you zoom out, it looks like it's you know, it looks like a leaf, you know. So it's not always smooth, you know, or I don't know, generated or something. Like it's got like this naturalness to it. So there'll be portions, if I were just like this, or even using the lasso tool to select a certain area, I can make it so that I can smoothen it out just slightly each time I press the smoothen, and or straighten. Straighten would be a little more sharper, so it's like kind of like using the smoothen, but it gives it more sharper corners or something like that. Let's get this side here. Actually, you know what? Let's try to straighten. Because I kind of want to get the tip. Alright. Let's start deleting the inside here. You can also double click to select a bigger portion. Sometimes it'll be a little too big, so you gotta select them individually. I feel like this petal here could be a little bit bigger. Yeah, so Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is going to be releasing this Friday. I'm hoping that Target would have enough of those fanny packs for the for purchasing the game at launch, the day that it releases. So I'll possibly be swinging by my Target. Oh my gosh, that's too straight of a corner there, but maybe it works. Straighten out at the tip, and then once it gets towards the center, it's a little bit more wiggly looking. I feel I should maybe make this a little bit more curvaceous. So I guess they call this flower a silent princess. I'm not sure if it's an actual flower or not. But it's something that appears in Breath of the Wild. I remember being excited for it and seeing the significance of the flower. Not sure how it's portrayed in Breath of the Wild since I haven't played Breath of the Wild. Just give us a little curve at the end there. I feel like this petal needs to be angled a little bit more. When I start moving the that line, it shows which ones are. Huh? Doesn't show anymore. I see that there's a dot there. If I had a second cursor, I would spot out where that dot is, and it's right here. So let me see if I can delete it. Oh, wait, that's yeah. So now that must have cleared it. There'll be some pieces that would, like some remains, like after you delete a portion, because we didn't select it completely. That would still remain on the page or in the canvas. Oh, looks like we might just be getting some more St. Jude notifications. Yeah, so hopefully I can finish it by tomorrow. I'll probably mention it again later, but if I can get this animated start screen exported by tomorrow, I could definitely have the Zelda game prepared, or at least a Zelda game. Because I'm looking to maybe revisit some of the. I mean, I mentioned it a few times already in the past few months that I've been wanting to revisit some of the old Zelda games. So we might see that tomorrow. We'll see. I think the petals for this part is a little bit more curvy. Something like that. And then this part of the flower should be at the back of this flower, or behind the petals and stuff. Let me see if you can get. Oh, it's attached to this part here, so you can cut them off. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So here's how it looks when I zoom in and stuff, trying to fix this. Gotta delete this, gotta delete this. any part that's like interfering that could connect to the other portion. Sometimes you just gotta reconnect it so that they would connect properly. Because all in that, because once you double click it, you know, it picks up that part. And zoom out, and this part here would be the ones that's connected. For some reason, it didn't pick up this part, because when I unselect it, this part here, I'm assuming, did not connect to this portion, so you never know which part is not connected unless you look really close, or if you use a lasso tool, you'll be able to, you know, do that properly or whatever. Kind of also want to smoothen this out or give it a more rounder shape. Alright, let's see how it looks, how it's shaping up. Yeah, because I kind of want to make it look, you know, kind of like this. I feel like I could have made the, whatever this part of the flower is, more curvaceous. Like you can see the tip of it coming down and stuff. Or at least I kind of wanted to, because all the other sides have them. Could make this part a little longer, but we'll see. But the petals is what's most important. Petals, and then inside, and then the pollen splurting out. That's what we want to get. Let me see if you can realign this. So now that we double clicked it, it looks like it's selected all parts of it, right? Just make sure, because once we move it, you know, they'll all go in a group. Oh, it's attached to this part here. So this is what we want to detach it from. So let's try it again. I'm gonna try and disconnect this part here, but then at the same time, when you pull that out, they all get pulled. So you can probably delete like that, and then try it again. And now it's better, see? Now it's just that portion. So I kind of want to do that, and then I can draw the little leaves, or what it's called. This might be a little too thick. Let's try it again. Yeah, something to this degree, and then I can just curve it like that, or something like that. Oh, it's like bits and pieces that like are just still they're not gone yet. Or I could also do like this. Just have it curve that way. Oh. Sometimes when there's like multiple corners, you kind of just want to spin it out or sharpen just to get, you know, a single corner. But it doesn't always work out. kind of want to make it, you know, appear as it should. I think for this part here, you probably shrink it a little bit so that it matches the other one. Otherwise, you know, something would look a little off. Like that. Connect this one. So you can smoothen these too. Ooh. I think this end here should be a little shortened. Otherwise, like, it'll be just that line right there. So I don't wanna leave that in there. Nope. Yeah, there's like a little behind the scenes of what I do in preparation for, you know, an upcoming game or something that I want to feature on stream. So, you know, most people, you don't get to see this because, you know, there's not that many people, there's not many broadcasters, streamers that do this sort of thing, you know, creating your own assets for streams and stuff. So there's a little peek at what I do for my channel. And it's, you know, original creations. You know, just to give it my own spin on things. I do like that little shadow there. You know, some of these leaves, they don't have the, or some of the flowers don't have, like, their own shadows, so... Oh, I didn't mean to use that paintbrush. Gotta get the pencil back in. Yeah, I think having that... Let me zoom in on this. Sometimes it's a little better to just zoom in. I feel like this part needs to be smoothened out. Oh my gosh, there's like lines everywhere. Let's curve it out a little bit. Oh. Let's delete the, yeah. Yeah, maybe like that would be fine. Yeah, something like that, I guess. I feel like the top one needs to be, I feel like we gotta see the tip of it or something. Or maybe it's like a little too curved. So let me see if we can readjust this. Transform it a bit. Yep, you gotta give him an end. Maybe it has to be a little longer. I don't know. I was thinking to maybe have it like go upward. So then you gotta be really close in on these lines. Let's do a transform. Can we change these? Oh gosh, let's see if we can do a distort. There you go, distort. Shrink that end up. Yeah, something like that. Bam. Then maybe the end would be, I don't know, something like that. It'll just close in like that. Just gotta remember to color this part here. Could be a darker color than what's displayed. Actually, let me see. What if I'll make it so that the oh my gosh, it almost looks like Among Us. In Among Us. In Among Us, the plant. So I could also use the eraser to erase certain parts. I don't know if the top chart, the top part should be more curving or what. I feel like maybe having it curved rather than flat may seem a little bit more healthy for that portion. So let's try that. I'll make it more rounded a bit. There's some pointy portions of this part here. You can tell which one's the pointy one because it's got the perpendicular shape, like an L shape or whatever, backwards L, and while others would have the more rounded shape, which that means that we can just bend it like that. So the L-shaped ones would be like the corners, so I can just bring out that corner part, that jointed part. And then I can connect it to another portion that would straighten it out into a curvy line, like that. So yeah, that's some of the things that go on with vector art, or at least within Flash. Let's try to round this up a little bit. Not sure if that's a good idea, but we'll see. So far it looks okay. Might want to fix this part here. There'll be some angles where this would look right, but I think for how we have the flower set up, I kind of want to transform this a little bit. Gotta be careful not to include this part here. I can also undo. So let's move this down. I think I kind of want to distort it, so I can bring this part in, like so. And then I gotta adjust that one, like so. That way the ends would meet. Whoa. Sometimes it just snaps to a certain part where I don't want it to snap. Alright. Now we just gotta realign and make sure they're attached, so that when you double click, it would attach just within this part as well. There we go. Let's see what we got. Yeah, it's a little bit better. More smoothened out, and I just gotta make sure that the other ones would match. Yeah, let's bring this one over here. There's a tweet that that Mark Frost, which is the producer, I think writer of yeah, I think it's like a writer of Twin Peaks. The man behind Twin Peaks, who teamed up with David Lynch his name would pop up in the credits of each episode of the Twin Peaks series. First and second season, and also the third season, aka The Return. He made a tweet today about The Legend of Zelda and how he took part in submitting ideas. Like he met up with Nintendo. Like he was at Nintendo to I guess to chat with a Miyamoto team or the Zelda team as they were working on Link's Awakening for, I want to say, the Game Boy Color or the regular Game Boy. I mean, yeah, regular Game Boy before Game Boy Color, because that game alone is Twin Peaks inspired, and that is a known thing. But what we didn't know, like after all these years, what we didn't know that Mark Frost actually took part in, actually being there and working with Nintendo. Which is why it's so apparent. Like you talk to the characters, the village characters, the animal characters, some of the things that happen in that game, story-wise, it's very Twin Peaks. And over the years, there's been other Twin Peaks-inspired games like Alan Wake, Deadly Premonition. Swery, who is the creator of Deadly Premonition, have always been I guess maybe later on he's been a Twin Peaks fan. I remember he mentioned sometime where like he didn't know about Twin Peaks while creating Deadly Premonition, but I feel like he was. I don't know. There's no doubt that he must have seen Twin Peaks or something, or maybe it was his team that may have been inspired by it, where Swery himself was not. But who knows? I think now he's pretty aware of the series, and his his user base is definitely on board with that, like myself included. Cause I love Twin Peaks, and it's an old show, but I feel like if people watch it nowadays, they won't understand what the appeal is about that series. But it's like an early day, like if people wanted to watch like Back to the Future for their first time in the year 2023, they probably won't understand how it's great, and why it's great. But you gotta put yourself in the past and how that time was like. I guess it works for some people, but yes, there's some different crowds that probably won't, because they're so used to the idea of like time travel, and maybe they're not too thrilled by some things in like Back to the Future story, with how the relation of the characters and whatnot. But I don't know, just the concept of it. Concept of time travel, what could happen, and so on, is the 80s vision of the future. That was so cool to see back then. Flying cars and whatnot. Like, how often do you see flying cars in like movies and stuff, or any piece of visual media? So Blade Runner, Back to the Future, 1985, and or Part 2. Were some examples. And then from then on, because there weren't that many media that did time travel. But then fast forward to nowadays, you see a whole lot of pieces of media that has a thing on time travel and stuff. It's almost like time travel in every major property now. But it was just so uncommon back in the day, because like no one wants to. I guess like major studios weren't too thrilled about the idea of time travel. And stuff like that. But going back to Twin Peaks though, it set the way for like more high quality TV shows. It's an all-time classic. I feel like most people just disregard it because it's such a weird show, such a strange show. Even for its time, it was pretty very weird. I didn't get to watch it until like I was already in high school, so it was like about a decade later when I finally got to watch it. A decade later after it aired, because you understand it more as an adult than you are when you're a kid. Because as a kid, you're so used to cartoons, you want to watch cartoons, but not so much like live action shows unless it's like something comedic. I think for me, I was more on the side of comedy, like Saved by the Bell, live action shows and stuff, Full House and whatnot. It's usually like sitcoms. But then there's like Salute Your Shorts on Nickelodeon, kid shows, because that's back in like the early 90s for me. And stuff like that. Power Rangers, that's more action, sci-fi. But Twin Peaks was a whole nother, that's a show for like adults, or I guess teenagers. But I remember like my aunt and uncle would be hyped around it. Tales from the Crypt, that's more horror side of things. Are You Afraid of the Dark? But I remember Tales from the Crypt would start airing on HBO or whichever channel it was, and that's when I know it's time to go home. When that show is on, when I see that intro for Tales from the Crypt, and the Crypt Keeper pops out and starts cackling, that's when I know it's time to go home. I see it end on TV, and then it's a school night, so that's when because I would catch it at my my relative's house, who lived close by, and yeah, that's when I know that's like 10 p.m. and it's time to go home. So I'll try to get to bed in time, and then wake up for school the next morning. Yeah, that was like it's a little bit of my childhood. And that's the Twilight Zone. The Twilight Zone, Hitchcock series, like that's another sort of more strange, spooky side of things. But man, there was nothing like Twin Peaks though. Considering when it was made, and when it aired on TV and stuff. It was quite the talk of the town, I feel. But even from my point of view as a kid, didn't really hear too much of it. But until a little later, yeah, it was more like rediscovering it, but more fully appreciating it at an older age. And then yeah, and upon seeing it, and upon seeing the those first two seasons, I was like wow, pretty mind blown. I just love the characters. Dale Cooper, played by Kyle MacLachlan, who I remember seeing in the Flintstones movie, the live-action Flintstones movie. I think he played the boss, Fred Flintstone's boss, and I always remember his face. And actually, a lot of the actors that were in Twin Peaks had played in a lot of other films and shows that I would see a lot in. So it was Twin Peaks first. Dave Duchovny, best known for X-Files, was actually in Twin Peaks, and then it was X-Files that took him away from Twin Peaks. So as they were filming like episodes of Twin Peaks, like he was already on board to having a lead role in the X-Files. And I would watch X-Files as it aired on TV. There's been some really creatures that would appear, and it's usually the creature features that would that appear in X-Files that would spook me out, or Creature of the Week, or Monster of the Week, I think. Yeah, Monster of the Week episodes. Yeah, we'll catch that on TV. I love the X-Files. Alright, so now that these leaves thingies are more aligned, I kind of want to shrink this one a little bit here. Oh, I don't know why this one's not attached. Oh, it's missing a piece there. See what I mean? You can also select it that way. Let's do distort. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, seems okay. Okay. I feel like this part is a little long, so we can probably shrink this. Dun, 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 dun. Straighten it a little bit. Like something like that. For some reason I feel like it should be a little longer or something. Just a little bit. Oh, a little bit off screen there. Check this first part again. Whoop. Re-angle this. Yeah, seems about right. Might want to shrink this part again though. Okay. A little bit more equal to this one. Alright. Just get this back. I think the placement of this should be somewhat like this. Because this part here should be close to the center as possible, I think. Or just enough. Let me see if it looks right. Okay. Kind of want to make it a little bit taller though. How it looks of it. Seems fine. This one is a little bit taller on the left side, so let me see if you can get it to the right height. Somewhat here, I think. So I should probably put the library over here. Yeah, I think somewhere this high. I might want to realign the stem and the leaves here. Also, let me see, adjust the mic a bit. So I feel like sometimes the mic is might not be picking up correctly. Sometimes it would just give off this like bassy sound, bassy airy sound for some reason. Okay. Yeah, I feel like This stem part needs to be extended a little bit, so I should probably do that first. Otherwise, it probably won't look right. Let's do a transform. I feel like I should just zoom in. Oh my gosh. That's a big one. Okay, I think what I should do is split that out so it connects this way. And then do this. How tall is this supposed to be anyway? So just about halfway across the screen, just underneath this. So yeah, somewhat like this. Now, we probably color it up a little bit. See what the other one is colored. Let's grab this color. The stem is about the same color, aside from the shadows. Let's go back into it. Paint bucket. Ooh! Where is the part where it connects to? Huh. Maybe the petal part is not. Close it. Yeah. Yes, it was definitely that part. Now, we can also adjust this. There's a lock fill, there's also a gap size fill. So if I open this up, I can fill it according to the gap size of whether or not these lines connected or not. And if they're not connected, I can determine, you know, how big the gap is between the lines there, the ends of those lines. There we go. Let's get rid of these lines here, so that it looks like this one is standing out. There we go. Also get this one out. I was thinking to maybe also separate like the top of the flower and also the stems and leaves so that they all animate in their own, at their own pace or whatever. So that way it look more, you know, natural. But yeah, it will require a little bit more time, so I don't want to spend too much time on it. Let's get these lines. A little closer to center. Okay. Now I gotta find the colors for the petals. Yeah, this flower would definitely would appear more bigger than this one on the left. Now let's grab the center blue part. I feel like this part needs to smoothen out a little bit too. Okay. So I can probably adjust the size of this. I kind of want to give it like a natural sort of scratchy look once I do the patterns, the inside. So for the painting aspect, I can choose whether I want to paint the fills, paint the selected part, or paint the behind, inside, whatever. Let's choose the inside. I don't often use the inside one. So just the size of it. So the inside would be whatever the painted area is. And that is, you know, this lighter portion that we just filled in. Sometimes it doesn't accurately, you know, color, so I don't really use the paint inside all that much. Fills, I think fill is similar to paint inside, but it's whatever that's inside. I think the fills work a little better than the other one. So I just want to get the shape of this. Try it again. Yeah, these flowers, they're very star-like in shape, with star-like patterns. Kind of like a starfish in a way, or sea star. There we go, something like that. Yeah, the petal seems fine. Finely shaped. I just gotta add the these little marks, like how I made it more scuffy looking, you know what I mean? So let's go over here and try to add that. Oh, there's a bit here that's like not colored right. Let's try this size. Well, don't want to spend too much there. There we go. And then we'd also add the petals, or the pollen, I mean, right on top of the petals. So let's take a look at how I did the other one. So there's like, there's usually like 3 of these yellow pollens, or whatever it's called. These pollen strings, or whatever. And then there will be a few like aqua looking ones, or turquoise ones that would be surrounding it. But all sprouting out from the same center. And that is our Silent Princess flower. Man, it really makes me curious if there is an actual flower like this in the real world. Oh yeah, gotta get those colors. Forgot about that. Let's get the yellow ones first. I was thinking to maybe separate the pollen as well, so that the pollen would wave on their own. Same thing with the leaves. So it'd be different from the rest of the flower stuff. Right. So there'll be 3. I feel like I should do the line, right? Use the line tool for this part here. There we go. Huh. What if they're like separate or something? Something like that. And then we'll grab the other color. So you notice this flower here is facing the other side. It's like so shy from the camera. I feel like I should have swapped before I did that. That's alright. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There seems to be 10 of these. So if I add 2 for each petal, I think it makes sense. I don't know how swervy I want to make these. Kind of a little short one here, so it looks like it's 3D, you know, or you know, different variations to give it more dynamic look to it. And I think this petal would be a little bit more bigger or something like that. Or the pollen, I mean, not petal. Oh, gotta get someone back. I don't know if there's a way to object drawing. I don't want to do object drawing. If there was a way where they could add like the background, draw in the background for the line tool, or the pencil tool, I mean, so that it can go underneath the other pencil tool ones, or pencil lines, I think that'd be great. I feel like a later version of Flash. This is like an old version of Flash. I feel like the later versions would have that option. It's been renamed to Adobe Animate, for what I recall. I feel like I should have mentioned it earlier, but just remember it now. It's a lot of history that went into this this program, but I still prefer the old version. I mean, it's still the same layout as this. There might have been a few features here and there that's been added, but I always know it as Macromedia Flash, or just, for the most part, Adobe Flash, when it was pretty prominent. See, now when I draw it, it'll just go over the yellow ones, so I could probably have to redraw the yellow ones. I'm gonna keep it there though. All right. Ooh. Hmm. Yeah, something like that. They each have to be somewhere, you know? Oh, sometimes it would be like in the middle or something. Let's get the yellow back. Because the yellow needs to be on top of it. Ooh, Zelda tunes. Oh man, see, it doesn't go over it. What if I were to cut it and then repaste it in place? Yeah, it doesn't go over it. I know that if I were to do a layer, add another layer would be on top of it. That's why I kind of want to separate the pollen from the petals and stuff. That way, they won't, you know, overlap or whatever on the same layer. All right, I'm just gonna maybe have to redraw on that part. Oh. Kind of want to keep it to the Zelda tunes. Huh. I don't know why it doesn't go over that. Even when you draw another one, it doesn't go over it. Interesting. What if I try from this here, this point? Wow. Eh. I think we'll survive. Alright, now let's get the little pollen. And these are supposed to be a little bit more bluish turquoise, and I feel like the little strings would be a more greenish yellow. But I decided to go with this so it's more simplistic. Because I kind of want to keep the simplistic Ghibli design. Ghibli. Alright, this one should be a little bit bigger, right? Because it's like pointing out towards us. Maybe same for this here. Alright, let's see how this looks. Yeah, that's fine. As long as we got some strings, you know, some of the pollen sticking out. It's a little bit bigger than this side here. The string seems a little bit more longer too, which is fine. I think it's just the right size, possibly. I could make the center a little bit more darker, but I don't want to do too much. I'm gonna adjust the lines a bit so that's more organic looking. Oh, yeah, you don't want to click on the wrong area there. Let's get this in. Curve that one a little bit. some of the imperfections is, you know, it's a good idea to have that, because you never know. When you zoom out, it'll look more, you know, more natural looking, more organic. So there you go. I feel like maybe I should twist it, like rotate it or something, so that this part here, this leaf, would not be connected to the stem. You know what I mean? Because this one here, it goes over it, but you can see it shift away from the stem a little bit. Now looking at it, I feel like the stem on this flower is a bit more thicker than this one. But this one's a little longer, I think. I feel like I should go back in and maybe readjust, rotate. So let's do this. Oh, missing a few parts there. Yeah, still missing that piece there. How can I grab it without grabbing the other one? That's where reconnect it to this. Oh, there's like a slither right here that it's not entirely connected to. No problem. We can just do this, and this, and this, so that they're all connected now. Now I just gotta fill in these parts. Alright. Let's extend this out a little bit. Oh, stem is not entirely connected. Ooh, so like thinned it out a bit. Whoa, what happened there? Yeah, I don't know why it's not connected there. Look at that little bump. Can we find the end of this? Interesting. Ba, 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 ba. I think what I can do is straighten these parts out. See what connects. There you go. You would notice like the little parts that's not connected once you straighten it out. Once they go jaggy. There we go. That's what the smoothing and straighten would do, that they help find the parts that are disconnected. Whoa! Alright. Could probably extend the... It's a little more. Okay. Now, I can rotate this using the transform. So I can go like that, this, or whatever. Although, when I do rotate this, I see that, you know, there are some imperfections about it. But, let's try not make it too noticeable. I feel like maybe I should adjust this pedal, reposition it a little bit, before placing it on. But I think even this is fine too. Because the flower is supposed to be at an angle, you know, sort of. It's not quite, you know, facing directly to the viewer. But let's try that and see how it looks. Because it's not exactly the same as on this side. This one's, you know, also drawn on its own. As you saw, I drew this one on its own. I think I kind of want to maybe remove the petals here, because these are not the right petals for this particular flower. Or the leaves, I mean. And then I could probably... I don't want to remove the leaves and make it its own thing, like it's part of the grass or something. Let me see. I'm gonna try and add the little bud that sprouts out for some of these flowers. And then they would have the those other leaves at the joint at which the bud would pop out of on the other side. So let me see, you can take this out here. Actually, I'll just select like this and then just unselect the stem part, so it doesn't get affected. There you go, look at that. Look how easy that was. Same thing for this. I feel like, I don't know, I could keep it, because there are some parts where it's like, it's part of the leaves and stuff. Or even this, I could probably make it part of the bottom part of the flower. Yeah. Might be a better idea to maybe keep it at the bottom. I'll try to rotate this a bit. I feel like I should rotate the entire flower though, because I kind of want to make it like a little bit more standing up. Yeah, that's fine there. Yeah, kind of want to make it like, you know, more standing up instead of like tilted to the side or whatever. But having it tilted to the side would give room for the bud to appear. But you know, here, rotate a little bit. And I kind of want the center part of this to be at the bottom rather than at the center there. I forget what that's called again. I can also do this, but this is basically how I would animate it, just transforming it like this. Sometimes just like rotating it and stuff. Let's get this standing up a little bit. That way, you know, it appears, you know, it catches the eye once it's, you know, once it's in view. So it's just about the right height that I want it to be. And then I can just add the little bud, and it would look something like this guy here, except the green leaves would be more longer. So this will probably be removed, and then I'll move the grasses over, the little blades of grass. The little part where it would split into different buds would be this part here, the little necklace thing, or the neck part of the flower, you know what I mean? Although I feel like this one's a much smaller flower. And I feel like this one should have like a split into another bud. But it's okay. I did the same thing for this one too. I don't know. I don't want to go back into it and just reassort it. So I'll just do it for this one here, so it's more recognizable and stuff. I think what I could do is I could take this bud here, then paste it into this object in this, you know. So let's go into this one, which is like a totally different flower. Number 4, right? Yep, number 4. Even though this one is like its own entity, I could probably just make it its own grass. So what I can turn this object into is its own grass, because it does animate slightly though. Right there, it animates. I should probably make that its own grass or something. Oh, like a completely different object, but we'll see. Actually, let me see if there's any grass blades that I could probably replace it with. Yeah, like I think some of these blade grasses I should probably make use of. Yeah, possibly this one here. So this one's coming with me. I don't know which one else. Yeah, maybe the big one? And then I'll go into... Is it number 4? I'll add another layer just in case, and then I'll place it in there. Let's put it, I don't know, somewhere there. I think this was probably where it was. And then I'll get this layer. See, this is why it's always good to have like multiple layers per object. It's easier to you know, render and stuff. I don't know if I want to keep this leaf here. I feel like I should. Let me see if I can get it unselected. Okay, there we go, we got it. So I'll take that guy. So this leaf would move along with this grass here. Pretty tall, thick grass. So there you go. You see them both animating at a separate time as the other blades of grass. I don't know why, but the timeline it keeps on scrolling to the top. So now I gotta keep on scrolling down, and then we'll lock down that previous flower in the grass so that we don't make the mistake of double click on it. But let's go into here, create a new layer, and then I'll paste in place. Apparently it didn't paste in place. But this would be the little bud? Yeah, bud. Let's see how it looks when it's like underneath the other one. Yeah, there we go. It should be like this. I don't want to transform that too much. I'm gonna find a spot where it would connect. I don't want this to be too tall. And transform that. So I'll make it a little smaller. Yeah, I want it to meet somewhere around like the center of the stem. Yeah, that's about the right size, I think. Maybe a little smaller. And the location of that bud would be just right there. And then I could have the little neck parts, the neck leaves. I don't know if that's like a correct term for it. It would be how I would describe it. The leaves around the neck area of the flower. Resize this one more bit. And I should probably... Oh, wait. I think what I should do is lock the other layer so I don't interfere with it. Gotta reshape this so the stem is like... So what I want to do is I want to make this part curve. Yeah, somewhat like that, I think. I just gotta smoothen this little stem. Make it a little more smoother. So I gotta use the selection tool, the first cursor, to smoothen it. The filling has disappeared. Try and get that color. There we go. Easy fix. I feel like this part needs to be more aligned. Whoa! There we go. Seems okay. I think I could do a little more. Maybe make it a little more smoother. So right now you can definitely see the imperfections of it. So this is what smoothing does. Whoa. I think the snapping is what caused it to like go way out of control. I like how it disconnects like that. How the lines disconnect. But I do want it to get back in line. There you go. Alright, now it's a lot smoother than before. Now I want to get this this baby bud to be the same color as this. Oop. Keep on filling the background there. Let me see what color I use for... Yeah, it is like a totally different blue. Let's make sure we get that one. Go back into here. Put that color in. Although I think this part will be covered by the green. I think this tip part is also the same color as this. So you can get a lighter color. That way it would indicate that this is like a fresh new bud that's different. Yeah, that's a very, very light color. Okay, so these leaves, they're pretty long. They sort of curve out at the end, but not as curvy as when it's like fully bloomed. Oh. Maybe I should just redraw this completely. Or just redraw the petals, I guess. Not the petals, I mean the little green parts. Alright. Let's get the color back. Ba, 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 ba. I'm not sure if that's the right shape I want it. But it's like close to what I want that to look. Now let's get this side here. It should be somewhat like this. Perhaps even a little thinner. Let's get this side. It doesn't necessarily cover the entire flower because it's about to like bloom. Something like that. Then there would be like two other ones. One, two, three, four, and then a fifth one here. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Okay. Now we gotta clean these parts up. Sometimes it maybe is a good thing to add or leave the lines behind to give it more like a natural look to it. Like simple little details here and there. Ba, ba, ba. There we go. Smoothing this out a little bit. Now let's grab this color, then fill it in. Oh, is there something over here that's not connected? Fix it with a smooth. Oh, it just completely just make that other thing disappear that I want to keep. Alright, yeah, let's use the close small gaps. There you go. Wow, did that just do something? It made the lines realign itself. Let's try this one here. Huh. Yep, paint the fills. Can also do it like that. Alright. Wait, did it come out? Oh, it came out of the line. Alright. Let's do that on purpose and we can just delete. Alright. We got it. Probably smoothing this out a little bit. Ba-da-da-da. This part should be a little more wider. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, that seems fine. Could probably make these shadows a little bit more longer. There we go. Let's expand this a little more. Let's curve this out a little more. Alright. There we go, we got it. Piano version. Here's some covers that I made. Alright. Now we got the bud. Gotta find the right spot for this guy. See how it looks when it's like at this position. Seems fine. Now I gotta add the little petals for the neck piece, I think. So probably start a new layer. Put it over everything. Alright, so where's this? This one is the bud. And this one is, I don't know, the neck leaves. So let's draw how the leaves would look like. Some of it is behind the stem, so I'll try to get it to look that way. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like 9 or I feel like there might be like 10 of these leaves. I'll have to try and fit them all in. Sometimes some nature are just the way they're aligned and stuff and how they're designed is like, I'm not sure if predictable is the right word, but it's just how it should, like mathematically. Yeah, it's very mathematical, I want to say, yeah. Like you look at you know, the shape, the corners of like a honeycomb or something. you know? It would be like hexagonal shape, and it would multiply, you know? Whatever numbers it would multiply by, you know, that's how many that would come into, you know, visibly. That's how many you would find visibly when it's like formed. I'm not sure if I... Actually, yeah, I think that's fine. I feel like maybe some of these parts should be at the back of it. So if I were to draw behind this little bud here, or over it, maybe even behind the sun, the main flower here, would probably make more sense. Let's see, let's add maybe one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That'll be 8 of them. 8? Tenth one is like back there somewhere. Oh, something like that. See how it looks now when it's zoomed out. Yeah. I could maybe somehow like flatten it a little bit. It doesn't have to be like, you know, facing us, whatever. But since it is facing us, you know, I kind of want to make sure it's shaped the right way and stuff. So maybe this bottom one here, let's probably reshape it. Or just redraw it. I get this, the point parts correct. I think normally they would have like 2 or 3 at the end there. Try smoothing it out. Yeah, the snapping is what keeps it like not. There we go. Something like that, I think. Alright, now it's time to color these in. I wonder if this is the right color. It seems to use the same color as the stem, so I'll just go with that. Alright, this is the tricky part. Can we get it to close? Nope. Alright, so if it doesn't close, then I might have to use the paintbrush to close it manually. see what I can do here. So I can probably paint behind. Yeah, paint behind is what I want to choose for this particular situation. Because even if I go all crazy like this, it would still show the line. But the ones that's outside of the line or outside the region that I wanna paint would still be visible. So in that case, I can just select the outside like so, and just leave it like that. And then out comes this. Let's do a bigger brush, bigger size, slightly bigger. Let's just paint over this. Get it as close to the line as possible. Or I can just, you know, paint over all this. Or at least the portions that I think that is gonna fill. That way you can get every area. Then afterwards you can just, oh, making sure this part meets the line. There you go, like that. This is how we do in Flash. This one, just go like that. Ooh. Wait, is this even the right color? Oh man, this is the shaded color. Actually looks fine though. Let's get a smaller size. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe close enough to a 10. Or just paint the edge and then just fill it in. Fill in the rest of it. There we go. Let's see how it looks now. Yeah, that's how it should look right there. I feel like maybe I should curve this leaf, or what it's called. Have it curve a little bit. There you go, something like that. It's kind of like bending a little bit though. Yeah, it should be like bending a little bit. At least towards the end of it. Oh. I feel like if I mess around with it too much, it will just look not right. I think this one here. Just gonna move this around. Yeah, it should like bend a little bit there. I tried. Just a little bit. But I feel like overall it should be the same color as the stem. My gosh, there's like parts of the stem that is like not. Hold up. I gotta fix this guy. Oh. Boom, 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 boom. Alright. Something like that. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to keep them that color though. Although it seems fine though. It seems fine. Sometimes I feel like it should be like a lighter color or something. Let's fix this real quick. You know what, let's see how it looks with the stems color. Maybe the back leaves would be a darker color, so I want to try this here. See, that's fine too. I feel like I could go either way. But seeing that, you know, I've used this part for the shade and stuff. Oh, speaking of which, I feel like I should make this part more lighter. Maybe some parts of it would be shaded. Here, let's get this one. There we go. Yeah, sometimes there will be parts where it's really noticeable that I gotta fix, so. But I feel like maybe this part here should be shaded. Huh. Is that already dark? Hold up. There you go. Gotta get that dark part in. Oh. Why is it not filled? I don't know why that part just like pops right out. Okay, there we go. Let's get this bottom part. It's gotta be rounded like that. I feel like I should add more shade along this side too, though I'm not sure. I think like something like this. Yeah, something like that maybe. Let's grab this side. Although I feel like these leaves should be I don't know. There we go. I feel like this should be like, I don't know. Let me redo it so it's more like this one here. I guess if it's like the same shape as the petals that's casting a shadow, I think that's how it should look. So just paint it alongside the petals, like so. I think for this side here, probably doesn't need it for the petals part, since like, you know, it's casted, overshadowed, or overcasted by the petals, so you kind of want to think like 3D and how you know, the lighting works for some of these different objects and stuff. Oh no, the line has disappeared. There we go, something like that. Yeah, underneath the petals, or underneath the leaf is what matters. It's just like curved. Just get this side here. Alright. All set there. Even this one is probably doesn't matter. I kinda wanna get it down anyway. Now, looking back at this, kinda wanna paint some more down there. Let's get this. Get it down across like that. That should do it. Maybe I should make it more rounder. I mean, it is a stem after all. It should be like, you know, curved around, I mean. There you go. Now, take a look at this. I feel like I could add more shade to it. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, there will be a portion where there's shade. Because of this portion here, this section. Not sure about this part. Could add a little bit here towards the center or something. No, what happened? It didn't come out. Oh, there you go. Let's also add on this side. Of course, this side as well. Don't want to overdo it, or else we'll be on this for like more than we should. Let's get some back here as well. Yeah, mostly the center part is where I want to add these shadows. There we go. And this one's already this color, so we're good. Alright. Simple shadows here and there. I feel like I could add a little more bit over here for this portion. Yeah, there we go. Keep it simple. Alright, something like that. Alright. Let's zoom out. Let's see how it looks now once it's animated. Yeah, there's still a lot of work to do. We got the fairy, we got the flowers swaying in the wind. Some of the grass. I can move some of this over a little more. Maybe shrink this one. Yeah, let's shrink this one. lock the flower down so I don't make the mistake of moving it. Looks like it's number 3. Can we go in it? What? Which one's 3? Oh, 3 is a small one. Okay. Is it number 4? Yeah, it is number 4. Yeah, maybe it's number 4 that I gotta like further adjust or something. Alright, let's go into here. Make these 3. Wait. Let's make it smaller first. Smaller. Maybe even longer. Whoop. I feel like I should distort it. There we go. This one. And this one, I should move it over. All right. Hopefully this is yeah, seems about right. I don't know about this blade right here. It doesn't even have a line into the center though. It seems like these blades are a little more closer. I still feel like they should have like a line in the middle. All right, let's see how it looks now. So it'll be cropped out about this much, I think. Let's press play again and check out the animation. Oh, animation, that's what the other tag I wanted to put in. Oh, why is this grass over this flower? Maybe I should shrink this one so it doesn't interfere. Take a look at that here. Sometimes it gets a little trial and error. Okay, so I think this blade here is a really long one. Let me see which one that is. Is it number 2? Nope. Wow, which one is that? I use the visible tool to find out which layer's on. Man, it's on flower 4. Interesting. Oh, that's right. Okay. Okay, let's shrink this one. That way it's not in the way. I'm gonna move it a little closer. I think this one I should put right here. Maybe this one here I should move it over as well. Alright. Man, I don't know why it's on that layer though. I guess because I like the animation portion of it. I gotta find those grass. Yeah, there we go. Man, I feel like some of these need to be moved to a different layer. Like the flowering, for example. It's because there's a whole bunch of grass here. Yeah, I think right there should be fine. Alright. Let's test it out again. There you go. Somewhat okay. There's definitely more variation. This flower, though. It's a bit wobbly. Alright. Yeah. That's what we have so far. Now I still gotta go further in and adjust this part. And then add the N64 thing. I should probably put the N64 thing now. Save this. Right, that's what I forgot to do. Gotta save it before we lose it. Maybe I should add shadows to this side. Yeah, let's go into this flower. Get some more shadows in there or something. Not that one. Although I feel like, ooh, maybe I can add the other layers of the grass to this layer. And this would be completely not visible. Or something. Which one's the leaves? Oh, interesting. I didn't get to move that. The leaves are just like there, just to be there. Man, maybe I should add more leaves on this side too. They do add some variations, because this side doesn't have it. I was thinking to add it when I was making the this start screen initially. Let's keep those locked so that we don't make the mistake of editing it. Let's see what else. Not sure if I'm missing anything. Oh yeah, the flower, right? Okay, so that is flower 3. I feel like I should rename these or something. Alright, flower 3, unlock. Let's get it in there. Add some shade. I feel like we should probably color this part here. This one as well. And also this one. Gotta move it along with the petals when I can. There's already shade here. I should add some down here, but I'm not sure now. I could add like shade like on one side of the stem, but I also kind of want to keep it simple. I don't want to do too much. The thing with the Studio Ghibli art style is that they tend to keep it really simplified. Especially when it comes to like, you know, nature scenes. There's like one person that does the background art for a lot of the Studio Ghibli films. And yeah, it's really wonderful art. Alright, log that down. Which ones? Oh yeah, there we go. See, I want to make these leaves to still be visible, but somehow just not have the little tulip guy or bud, whatever that's called. But then I thought, what if I had this one visible at the top here, and then this one would be the bud? I think that would be another acceptable version, but we'll see. It's probably best I just keep it not visible, huh? Alright, so there you go. You got the grass, flowers. I feel like this one is facing the wrong way. Maybe it should face this way, or maybe angled towards the right. I don't know. It kind of seems wrong when it's like facing that way for some reason. I don't know. Alright, yeah, let's see if I can grab the NCB4 so I can add it to here. Because what my start screens, what I tend to do for like pretty much all my start screens is that it's more of an action or a verb that is supposed to, you know, whatchamacallit, imply. Oh boy. So it would be like a, you know, like say the Monster Hunter start screen, for example, would say hunting soon, but it's abbreviated to hunten, you know, with the N part at the end. So same thing with carten or party in. Instead of doing ing, it's just a apostrophe and then n. So for this specific start screen for the Zelda series or any action RPG or whatever of the relateds, it'll be questing soon. So kind of want to add the N64 one that I have for the Wave Race one, which is the Waven. So let me see if I can find that and open it. Oh yeah, here's the pop-up for the stream icons thing. And it's the updated version. So here's how it looks like for the current version. So I added the little kick, little icon there, just to add the kick. And I made it so that it's no longer a slash, it's a star now. But I've mostly been using the star and then my name for like Inktober and a lot of the more recent drawings of the past few years has been like the star, because the star is supposed to represent like asterisks. So asterisks would be like a variable, another symbol for variable. So it would make sense to have it like X, but X is like kind of similar to like an asterisk symbol. But it would have like a fifth line or whatever that extends out. But yeah, asterisks, which would mean variable, so whichever site, Twitch, YouTube, Trovo, DLive, and Kick. And I guess Picarto, because we're currently streaming on Picarto as well. Picarto is like a more art-based. I don't know if I have a command for that. Let me check real quick. There's barely anyone over on Picarto. Because it's not a, I don't know. It's not a game. That's not a site that's meant for like video games. So, and I mostly do video games rather than art. But whenever I do art, I try to, you know, stream on there if I can. And there's like, you know, barely any viewers there. But I do have 14 followers there, even though I barely stream on there. I don't think I have Picarto as a command, but here is the URL for it. And I feel like I should have a command for it. So let me see if I can add that real quick. Command add, or add command. Next command add, right? Picarto. Well, it's also on Picarto. Picarto art streaming site. Picarto, the art streaming site. And let me see if you can add like a image of Pixel Bob or what's his name? Bob Ross. There you go. Yeah, it's just my first name for that site. I think DLive would be the other one that only has my first name. And close that. Actually, let me open the N64 one if we can find it. There's the 15th anniversary one, or stream anniversary. This one's been animated. I mostly just updated the number from 14 to 15, and the sparkles is still there. That's the only part that animates is still the sparkles. It's got a slightly familiar shape to the numbers. It's kind of like Mario Party style. Number 5. Same thing with the 1 too. It's kind of like a sort of Mario Kart, Mario Party sort of look to it. Stylized look. Alright, let's close that. Close this. But yeah, most of the assets I draw it in Adobe Flash. Let me see if you can open up the file for this one. And think what, the wave race, right? Yeah, wave race is the one that has the N64 thing. So here's the wave race version. I made this last year. I don't think I have everything invisible though. So this, I used the Mario Kart one that I made as the base. So it would be like this dome globe thing. And Wave Race is the first one that has like the water, like the body of water rotating. And but then I have the jet skier rider, or the racer, and then the dolphin, because you know, wave race and dolphins, whatnot. Oh my gosh. And then I think I also had the Splatoon logo. But I barely even used the Splatoon one. There's only like one broadcast that I used it at. But I think this entire layout was based on the Mario Kart one. Then I just later altered it to other games like Splatoon, and then I guess the latest iteration would be the Wave Race one. Let's see which one is not visible here. Huh, it's weird. Oh, there you go. Wait, where's the waving one? Nope, not Splash. Huh. 8 should not be visible, I don't think, yeah. Carton should not be visible. Where is this Splatoon coming now? Oh, there we go. Interesting. Man, oh, did it save over? Oh. Hold up. I think it must have saved over. That's unfortunate. Unless... Oh man, where did it go? See, the thing is, like, Adobe Flash, they autosave, and I don't want that to happen. Or else something like this would occur. So I would have, like, multiple save files, just in case. But I just want to get this N and copy it. Man, I'm gonna have to come back to this and sort it out, because I think there's only one that one file. Because here's all the files, and I only have that one file. And there's the original wave. I could probably redraw it, but it's gonna be tough to. I mean, not that tough, but you know, so I'll save that. So now we can have the N for its own layer. I think layer 2 is not in use right now, so I can probably use that. Where'd it go? There we go. I feel like this N should be a little smaller though. Let's make sure it's at the right location. Yeah, that looks pretty funny. Oh my gosh, the fairy dust is layered right above the N. But it should. I feel like the N should be like behind the fairy or something. All right, so I'm gonna convert this to a symbol. I'll name this N64 or N64 logo. Maybe I'll make it a movie clip or something. Enable guides for 9 slicing scale. Runtime shared library. Export action script. Oh, this is where the registration is. Okay, so I can probably. So this is what I can do if I want to like resize it later. I would have to realign the way I want to transform an object once I convert it to a symbol and stuff. This would be the center of it or something like that. Or the way I would resize it, it would resize based on that corner. I can also select the center and stuff like that. So by default, it would be that top left corner. Alright, there you go. Coolly. So right there, there's the center of it. I feel like I should probably keep the middle part of the object, the center. Because when you press transform, it would either be based on that corner or the center here. I can also move the center part, so I could just use this tool. Move it based on the center there. I think in transform is where I want to move it. So like this, you know, I can realign it and stuff. But I don't want to do that. There we go. Undo. So this is on layer 2. I'm going to rename this here. Let's do N64. Since, you know, this is basically the N64 logo. I'll resize it. So now it's based on, resize is based on that center anchor? Yeah, it's called anchor, right? I don't know, there's like a way to adjust that. Align, info, transform. Oh yeah, here's all the objects is in this library thingy. Linkage. All the different tweens. Motion preset. See, I wish I could find the anchor details a little faster. Or I don't know where to find it. But it could be in 3D position and view or position and size, but I don't think any of these. This would help like reshape it more accurately. But there's no like anchor thing, like more options for the anchor. Because there's a lot of cases where I wanna resort the anchor, which is the center part, so that way it's easier for me to resize it and stuff and transform it. You can make this shape or keep it to regular aspect ratio. So the way I designed this, I drew it by hand, like from scratch, and using the you know, the actual image of it as a reference. But you can tell the imperfections of the bottom part. I think somewhere around here is the right shape for this. I'm not sure if I want to keep it that size or maybe like this. Because now, like, rotating it this way, I can see that this part is not lined up with this one here. And again, like, very mathematical when it comes to some of these shapes. So I can probably fix this easily. I just have to, like, get this line and the blue line more aligned with the rest of the shape. Or I can do like distort, if I can find it. But I feel like I gotta go into the shape to fix it. Trying to decide whether I want to keep it like this or maybe have this shape here. Green at the front, blue on the side. But then I feel like the light shining from the above, like looking at the quest font, the lighting would be at the top, then the shadows would be at the bottom. So maybe rotating like this would make sense. I think this also works. Yeah, maybe something like this, and then because that way the yellow at the top of the N would look like the lighting is shining on top of it. Let's go in here. Oh my gosh, now I see how imperfect this is. You don't notice until you flip it over, flip it around. So what I can do here, I can just align the blue to be more, you know. Whoop. Sometimes the snapping is it's not on in your favor, you know. So I gotta disable it, re-enable it according to what I have to do. Whoop. Should probably also straighten it out. Straightening it also helps with like mathematical shapes like this. The line tool also helps if you know what you're doing, if you know how to draw 3D objects and stuff. Especially when it's like polygonal. And the N64 logo is just it's perfect for it because it's all straight lines. Some of it, you know, diagonal, but it represents like the polygonal, or the polygonal, yeah, the polygonal era. Can't even talk right now. I actually had my wisdom teeth taken out earlier today. I had 2 of them taken out. That's why I said teeth. 2 in the back, far back. The top jaw. And yeah. Definitely felt that pinch. And man, took it easy though. I mean, like even the doctor himself was like giving me fist bumps for it, for keeping it cool. But man, yeah, I could definitely see how some folks could take it really rough. You know, it could be painful for them. But I didn't realize that it was gonna be that. I knew it's gonna be wisdom tooth related, but I didn't know it's gonna be like both the teeth. Until, you know, like as I was waiting for my turn. Alright, so now we just like straighten it out a little bit. I feel like the more we try to perfect this, the more it looks like it's not made by hand or whatever. Or made from scratch. But it's okay. Let me see if you can get this to look more right. Or more straight, I should say. Bum, ba, da, bum. And this angle here should be connected to this side. Actually, you know what? It should be angled this way because this would be the bottom part of this, right? Oh, St. Jude's again. There we go. This part should be more straighter. Let's pick this yellow a bit. It looks like it's like being bent on this side. It wouldn't look right if it's like rotating. Like how the get in, get out would rotate the end. Oh, speaking of which, let me see if we can get the little notification. Redeem, get in. There we go. I've been wanting to add more variations of that alert. But we'll see. Gradually I'll definitely start adding some more of them, so that each time we redeem that, it would vary to like different versions. Yeah, I feel like maybe this end should be expanded a little more, but it's fine too. Here, let me straighten this part out. Do 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 do. There we go, gotta straighten those out. Bum ba da bum. This part also needs to be adjusted. Man, maybe I should, like, now that I've edited this and fixed it, I should probably copy it back over to the Wave Race one and fix the Wave Race one. Man, I feel like I definitely should update it. Alright. Yeah, I feel like this one leg of this N, whoop, just a little bit disoriented. No, don't round it. I need it to be straightened out. No, I don't know why it keeps on rounding it. Imagine if I just let it be round. You can be all round you want to be. N. Oh, that's why, because it's like not connected to the blue at the end there. The end of the N. There we go. Yeah. Now I see that the alignment for this is like not... It's like a little off. But a little off is what I want it to look. Okay. Alright, I think that's close enough. Man, that center part here. Like, I notice it because I was one who did it. I think to most people, they probably wouldn't catch it, you know? You just see the bigger picture, which is, you know, the N64 logo. Ooh, maybe I should, here, I'll use the lasso tool to straighten this out. Imagine if I just keep it in there, though. It's just that one part that sticks out. There we go. Straighten it out a little bit. Alright. There we go. We fixed it. Oh, see, why isn't this not aligned? And this part has moved over here because we rotated it. So I do want to make it so that this transformation shape is straightened out, but I don't know if there's a way to adjust that from here. Transform, rotate, skew. Oh, there's a skew button here. Scale width, constrain, reset. Whoa, how do you do that? Oh, interesting. Wow. Hey. Transform. What's the replay? See, it's not like Photoshop where you can just go back to a previous state. Arguments in panel. JavaScript. Oh, I don't know what that did. Oh well. See, it doesn't realign itself. Let me check the where is the properties for this? Properties. Movie clip. Action script panel. No, don't want to do any of this. Don't want to close it. Man, where are all the options again? I feel like it should be in project or something. I can't view it right now. Weird. Oh, here we go. Properties. Man, I was like looking for this. Button, graphic. I'll keep it to movie clip because that's oh my gosh. Nope, go back. Don't want to close that, or else it was close up the project. Oh man. See, if only we can relocate this thing from here. I don't know how to do it. Oh my gosh. Let's go back out. Let's just reshape this and then we'll just animate it a little bit. Show in library. Yeah, it's right here. Library, library. I know I had the library popped out, I mean. New symbol, new folder, properties. Yep, I'll bring this one out. Source file. Go in and just resize it from here. See, it still keeps it like that. As long as it keeps it like, you know. Let's see how big it is now. Yeah, I think somewhat like this. So that the N is in view. Let's take a look how the ferry comes in. Alright, kind of want to move it closer. And the end should be floating a little bit. Would be neat if I can have it rotating, but maybe I'll save that for another day. Let's see, let's move it closer. Somewhere around here, I think. Yeah, something like that. Oh, I think it should be a... Wait, where is the ferry? Okay, the ferry's down here. Okay, so it's going to be above the clouds and underneath the ferry. There we go. That way that the fairy dust would be floating over it, and also the ferry. That's pretty neat. I don't know if I want to add like lighting, so that the lighting would affect the N, but then the N would also like hover up and down. I'm going to animate this. I'm not sure if I want to use motion tween or any of the other ones. I think the classic one is the one I want to go for. Classic one makes it more simpler and just how I want it. Let's add a keyframe. This part is the animated part. Let me play this again so I can pinpoint how fast I want to animate this N. Okay. Let's get a little closer. Alright, let me bring this back in. Whoop. Interesting. Maybe I should have this property thing to show up here instead of project. Let me see, project. Maybe I wonder why I have it out on this panel. Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's put it over here. Yeah, I think it's because I had to scroll through it or something. Alright. Now just put it over here. I think now we have more room. As long as the library is out and it shows each logo, I think we're good. Yeah, now we have more room. We got a wider room now. Yeah, I kind of want to make it like hovering up and down, just vertically. But I gotta give it like a good pace, so let's see. Maybe every 60 seconds or something. It'll just slowly go down. I also need to expand this view here. Small is the right amount. Just give it a little bit of rise and falls. So every 60 seconds, I think, keyframe. Let's see, 120. It's 180 next, right? No! Did I do it on the wrong one? Let's see. Oh no, it's the right one. Yeah, you gotta be really careful. Is there a way to... let's see. I want to like expand this one vertically instead of horizontally. Alright, so now we bring it back up slightly. Then it goes down. Alright, now let's play it. Oh, it's a little slower than I intended it to be. Yeah, it's definitely a little slower. So maybe every 30 frames or something. We'll see. Alright, let's move this over. Which is fine, because I do want it to look like it's moving. 60, 30, that'll be 90. And then next would be 120. I'm using shift to slide it down. Let's see, 180, right? Or 150. $150, 180. Oh man, once I get into like the snowboarding, like if they were to add like 1080 snowboarding or even snowboard kids to the Nintendo 64 app for the Switch, I'll definitely have to come up with a different quoting or phrase for the start screen. I'll probably just theme it after the Mario Kart again, so it won't be karting. And then just having the globe covered with snow. I think that would be a good idea. Because I want to try and feature SSX Blur again, which was a Wii game. Used to stream that one. I think I streamed it a couple of times. But just in case I were to feature it again. Let's see, 180. This would be 110, I think, or 210. Yeah, 210. Let's bring it up. I think it's supposed to be up, right? Yep. It goes up and then back down. Alright, let's play this. Cool. Now it's definitely up to speed of how I want it. Alright. I mean, it could go a little faster, but I think that's a good enough speed. See how it looks when it's zoomed out. Oh yeah, there we go. It's sped up a little bit. Can't really notice the smoothness of it because it's streaming in 30 frames per second, but it's intended to be 60 frames. So once I broadcast this tomorrow, once I export it, broadcast it in 60 frames, it'll be more noticeable. But now it's running at like a variable speed. Alright. Yeah, it seems right. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I should lower it so that the ferry is, it's like kind of not in the way a little bit. Because the ferry tends to lower down itself. It's intended to be like the apostrophe. How I have the wave race, it would be like a little splash of water. That's like, you know, right before the end. But in this case, for the question, it would be like a ferry for the Zelda games. So it's a little more iconic and more in theme. And yeah, I think maybe I don't know. I could try to resize it, but I don't know. I feel like the N in the Nintendo 64 logo is like sort of out of place. But then I guess it's meant to be that way because, you know, it's supposed to represent like, you know, the N64 era, of course, along with like, you know, both classic and modern Zeldas or whatever. So I try to include like either the Master Sword, which would probably be right in the Q letter, and that's what I'm gonna have to draw next. I think will probably be the final part, and then I also gotta adjust this, and I'll probably theme the this background part here to whatever I see fit for the series. Possibly even Tears of the Kingdom. I think Tears of the Kingdom have like swirly shapes, like an Uzumaki sort of shape, or a target shape. As some of their patterns, if you check the official site for Tears of the Kingdom, there will be like, you know, different stuff in the background and stuff that we themed after the game. Play this again. But yeah, I'll have to figure out what design I want for the background of this. I could just keep it like this and just recolor it to whatever the game or games would be colored. And I found like most of the Zelda games would be green colored. Green and gold would be the two colors. Maybe a little blue, which is why we have the sky and stuff, and also the flower. Okay. Yeah, I think the speed of this floating end is just right, but I kind of wanted to resize it a bit. Yeah, maybe I'll resize it a bit. Alright, let's get in there. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Kind of also want to reposition it so it's like not too in the way. I think it would be pretty cute if it was like this small or something. Question. And folks might not get it at first until they read it out. But they see the soon part, hopefully. I don't know. I might want to keep it this size, we'll see. See how it looks. Bum, 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 bum. Let's loop it again. I like how the halo part of the fairy is like hovering over it. Like you can see through it, and that's pretty cool. Like the shining area. I don't know if I adjusted it. It seemed like it fades into like a more thinner. There. Like that moment right there just like fades or something like that. So I might have mistakenly adjusted it. It seems more bright, like when it first appears. Like the outside border. Then once it dips down, it starts to like fade or something like that. So I might have to go in and adjust that fairy. Let's see. Let's lock this down. Let's lock the clouds down. Let me check the fairy here. Yeah, even the fairy itself has its own like inside animation. Was that it? And I feel like the wings don't sync up with the outside animation for the timeline. Like, this is the animation that it's supposed to have. But the timeline doesn't allow it to animate the entire thing for some reason. Wait. Oh, is it what it is? The Aura? Oh, I think it might be the Aura. Yeah, I think it's the Aura that's like... Like, it's not adjusted all the way. Maybe what I initially wanted to do is to animate the Aura part. Let me check how the body looks. Unless the body is what's, Huh, it's weird. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Oh, I think that's what it is, because, it's supposed to reshape or something like that. Okay. So I think what I wanted to do was have the body of it, but then the aura would be its own layer. So that way, the aura of the fairy would illuminate on its own, and then not affect the body of the fairy. I think that's what I wanted to do. But let me see. Man, I feel like I should add another layer or something. Because I think in the state that it's at right now. Oh, yeah, it's got like a radial gradient on its own. So I think what I can do is I can probably copy this. Oh, that's probably not a good idea. Hold up. What if I made another layer? And then this layer 2 would be the center of it. Would be the actual body. So I'll copy this. Paste it over this one. And then I could probably resize this since it's already centered. Oh no! I thought the center is over here. Oh my gosh. Can't do this? No. So yeah, I wanna make the center part a different area. I don't think I can move it though. Let's see what happens if I do this. No, it's still the issue. Huh. I was hoping the cursor there, or that exact center is the you know, the anchor part of the transformation, or the transform. Doesn't seem to allow me to though. Alright, well, I'm just gonna go this way and then just move it as close as possible. Let me try. Yeah, I think that's as close as it can get. Alright. So I think from then I can probably remove this. Oh my gosh, let me see. Alright. Ooh. You know what, let me see if I can make this part more transparent. Okay. Alright. Let's maximize this a little bit. There we go. Something like that. Okay, there you go. Alright, so I can probably use the gradient tool to transform this a little more. That way we can get the outer edge. Huh. What happens if I remove this? Is this how it would initially look? We're kind of not getting the pink to shine through. So let me see if we can reshape this a little more. Get it back to the center. Oh. It's dropping things. So I wanted to use the keys on the keyboard to realign it. There you go, something like that, I think. Alright. So I want the edge to be a little more transparent. Let me see how it looks now. Wow, that's pretty bright. I wonder if... Let me see if I can reshape the gradient. Oh, weird. It was the other way around instead of... No wonder why. Because the one below it would be the, yeah, the one below it would be white in the center. So these two colors here should be reversed. That's why. Oh my gosh. Sometimes you just gotta... You gotta trial and error to get it done right. Make sure the shape is selected before you adjust the coloring. Now it's coming along. I was like wondering why it's not like, you know... Why is it not like centerized or whatever? Let's see, where is the exact shape of this? Okay, there we go. It doesn't show like the exact size of the object. There we go. Gotta swap between the gradient and the transform to figure out the exact shape of it, the size. Alright, I think we got it. There we go. It's a little bit bigger than the original shape, but close enough. As long as I have the outside edge more, whatchamacallit, transparent, should be good. So that's the radial for that. I kind of want to get the this layer here on a different layer. So let me see if I can cut it, and then see how it looks when oh, why is it on this one? That is weird. Shouldn't this be the same shape? Oh my gosh, there's like multiples that that have it. It's weird. Maybe because I animated it or something. Like it comes back here, but it's a different. Man, it should be on a different layer. I feel. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like the aura should be on this layer. How do I, no. Oh, that's gonna be weird then. Okay, well, I guess I'll just leave it on this layer then. Insert layer. No! Alright, let me see if I can undo it again. I can only undo so far. Yeah. Oh, there you go. It's back again. Alright, let's go in. Replay it again. See, it's just adjusted right there. I don't know why it does that. So maybe this top layer is affecting it? I'm not sure. It seems to happen on that. Nope. Man, I do like this one though. These frames. Oh well. Yeah. Maybe it's fine. I don't know. I think that little glitch, or what it was called, sort of adds to the characteristics of the fairy. Yes, so the animations of the wings are a little bit more smoother than how it is on the timeline. So let's try this again. View from the main timeline. Oh, it's a little more slow motion. It's supposed to be a bit more smoother. Hey, we're not getting any drop frames, are we? Oh boy. You gotta be zoomed out, I think. Can't be zooming in too close. There we go, now it's a little bit smoother. There we go. I like that little fairy dust that waves as the fairy goes back in. There. That little dust. I feel like I could add more to that, but I don't want it to, you know, become too much. Alright. Let me see. I do still have to add the sword through the queue. And then I gotta adjust the shape of this design of the social. But for the most part, we got everything down. Let me see if I can get inside the queue. Gotta unlock it. I was thinking to maybe go frame, sort of like a reference to A Link to the Past, where it would show the title screen with the Triforces, and then all of a sudden, like, big flash on the screen, and then the sword comes through the Z for that little intro. Classic intro, I loved it. And I kind of want to do that for this, but then it would reference too close or too much to A Link to the Past. But for sure, I definitely want to get like some sort of sword or master sword in this queue. Maybe I'll just keep it static image and maybe not do the slide thing. I mean, I could definitely do the slide thing and animate it, but it would take more time. Let me see. I feel like I should maybe split the queue in half so that the sword could go through. This would be the Master Sword. And if I were to use this for like different games, there would be like different swords for different games and stuff, but I don't know. I was also thinking to maybe have it like a generic sword or something. Let me see. So this would be the Master Sword. I'm not sure how long or how thick this would be. Ooh, I forgot I had the gradient from the fairy or whatever. It's about the right size, right? From the looks of it. Yeah, something like this, I think. Classic Zelda. I feel like maybe it should be a little bit more thinner. Oh yeah, the old Dreaming text, I think I made it invisible. Let me resize this. Oh my gosh, knocking things over again. Sorry about that. I should not put it like close to my hands or else I'll just knock it over. Alright. Not sure if this is the right thickness. Yeah, something like that, I think. Having the transparency also helps so that I know if I'm overdoing it. Oh, and I wonder why. Because the live video is like playing over on Picarto. Hopefully it didn't cause any lag there. Let's see. Master Sword. So I'll probably do like a rough draft of this, and then I may have to call it after. Hopefully we can fit this Master Sword in. Well, oh yeah, I've got to have the this thing set to. Yeah, this will be the Master Sword. We'll keep it perpendicular, or whatchamacallit, symmetrical. There's the handle. This might require some reshaping later on. Ba-da-da-da. I feel like I should just do one side and then just copy it over to the other side. That would be the one shortcut. Boom, 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 boom. Right, there we go. Hilt of the sword. Wow, that's gonna be a really tall sword. Can always resize it. Let me see how it looks. Yeah. Maybe something like this. Just about this size, I wanna say. Oh, there we go. I like how the anger just like snaps it to the Q. Sensorize it. So I kind of want to make this like the Tears of the Kingdom Master Sword, where it's broken in half, and then the other end of the sword is like lasered or whatever it is. I don't know what it is. It's like the spirit of the sword or the power of the sword is like trying to reshape itself, or I don't know. There's like little lasers that like that would implicate that it's, you know, it needs to be restored, or that is the shape of the sword, whatever. But I'm not sure if I want to go that route. We'll see. I could probably have it so that it fades, you know? So I could extend this a little longer. Oh, I could turn it into like a Buster Sword. Oh. It's just of that era. Alright, let me see how big is a sword. Yeah, something like this, I think. Gotta make it the right size. Quest ensued. Not to be confused with Quest 64. Although that would be an interesting game to maybe feature someday. Yeah, I think this would be the length of it. You gotta check to see if the end of the sword is a little bit wider. Maybe just the shape of this. I think this part here should be out a little more. Alright. Yeah, something like that. I'll definitely have to finish this sword another time on my own. But yeah. I think I'll keep it at... I'll leave it at this for now. I'll definitely be back on this tomorrow. I'll definitely have it finished though. I'll be working this a little more until I finish it, and then add the music, export it and all that. So let's save this for now. Yep, auto-saved. So by the time I hop back on tomorrow, I'll have a game ready, hopefully. And yeah, we'll be revisiting an old game, an old Zelda game that I haven't played for about 15 years, so we'll see. We'll see. Alright. So I'm gonna end it here. Thanks all for joining in. This is more so a solo stream. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here, and I'll be back tomorrow. So have yourselves a wonderful rest of your night and or day. I'll see you in the next one. Later.
See you next time!